This is the universe. It doesn't look like the one that we know and love today. In fact, it looks like a speck, which is exactly what it is. A speck of pure energy. And it's from this tiny bit of pure energy that everything that we love is created. How? Well, it all begins with a big bang. After this initial big bang, the universe begins to expand and cool, and the first atom, hydrogen, is created. You might be wondering, how in the world do we know all this stuff if it happened so long ago? Well, there's this nifty thing called cosmic background radiation that basically can show us baby pictures of the universe. Paired with that, we have redshift and blueshift, which are two tools that we use to show that the universe is still expanding. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, back to formation. These first few atoms that were formed condensed to create the first stars, big old burning balls of gas. And these stars were massive, and they created heavier and heavier elements until they eventually went supernova, leaving behind stardust. It is from this stardust that our solar system is created. The Earth is made of layers, primarily the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. The crust is made of tectonic plates, and these plates move upon the fudge-like surface of the upper mantle. They move because of convection currents within the hot magma of the mantle. Convection currents are caused when magma heats up from the heat within the center of the Earth and cools when it reaches the surface, making it fall and rise. This constant circulation causes tectonic plates to move. Now, tectonic plates make up the Earth's surface, so of course there's going to be some boundaries. And there are several different types of boundaries. The first one is convergent, which is where two boundaries move in towards each other. The next one is divergent, which is where two plates are moving away from each other. And the last one is transform, which is where two plates are moving side beside each other. A good example of this is in San Francisco. It often causes many earthquakes. Another place where convection currents are present is in the hydrosphere. The hydrosphere is made up of all of the water on Earth. Convection currents in the ocean are not only caused by temperature, but also by salinity, which is how much salt is in the water. The coldest, most salty water will be on the bottom, while the warmest, least salty water will be on the top. Convection currents are one of the causes of ocean currents. Another cause is the Coriolis effect. The best way to explain the Coriolis effect is to imagine that you are on a merry-go-round. Now, one person rolls a ball in a path that should be straight, but instead the ball's path seems to curve. In all reality, it isn't the ball's path that is curving, but it's the merry-go-round that is turning. The same thing happens with the Earth, and it affects the flow of air and water. The hydrosphere is very important to us, and you're probably wondering how it was formed. Well, back when the Earth was new and still covered with volcanoes, volcanoes would erupt and release water vapor through a process called outgassing. This water vapor would condense to create clouds, which would then rain down on the Earth, creating oceans. Another cause is meteors that fell to Earth. These meteors included frozen water, which melted once it hit the Earth. The hydrosphere is very important to us, which makes it seem sad that humans often pollute it. There are different types of pollution aside from the very obvious throwing garbage into the water. And these include heat pollution, which can offset the delicate habitats of ocean creatures, such as coral. We have to remember to keep our oceans clean. Ocean currents cover the Earth's surface and run many different directions, but overall, warm water tends to be at the equator and flow towards the poles, while cool water is at the poles and flows towards the equator, like convection currents. The area above Earth's surface is called the atmosphere. The atmosphere is made mostly of gas and is one of the main reasons why Earth is suitable for life. The atmosphere is very beneficial to us, especially a layer called the ozone layer. The ozone layer consists of ozone gas and keeps out harmful UV rays that cause things like skin cancer and eye cataracts. Unfortunately, we as humans often release ODSs, ozone-depleting substances. These ozone-depleting substances break up ozone molecules that should be protecting us. Now, there was a law passed called the Montreal Protocol, which banned ozone-depleting substances, and is vastly helping us to stop the depletion of the ozone layer. The spheres are very dependent on each other. None of them could exist without the geosphere, which provides a base. And now the hydrosphere couldn't exist without the atmosphere. And again, the atmosphere couldn't exist without the geosphere. And without any of these, the biosphere couldn't exist. The biosphere contains all the life on Earth. Without all of these spheres working together, we wouldn't be able to have life on our wonderful planet.